Let's build a guitar together, starting from the milling to choosing the top out of Sycamore, local woods here. This is Showalter Guitars, Maria learning to build a guitar with my dad. So that one's not even going to be wide enough, so that one's out. That narrows it down a little.
Yeah.
For now anyway, right? Yeah. Now this one's got to be a little closer than that.
Yeah.
And then it would come.
Well, now here's a crack right here, it looks like.
Oh, so you don't want it.
Yeah, I don't want to take a chance of that being
No.
on down through there.
So that one's out.
I'd say
Okay.
that's looking more promising. It's wider
But it's wider down there,
so
yeah.
do that.
That's pretty. Does that look? Is this a crack or is that just a?
Here. Draw it on here. Yeah. Looks good. That one's good. Yeah.
This one's not wide enough, is it?
Ooh.
Right? Because I mean, it's got to be.
So out of 4, you only got one that works.
I only got one. I either need to keep looking or just stick with my one, huh?
Yep.
But third time's the charm.
You turned it around, didn't
I don't know what I did. Which way did I
It's
flip
this
it?
way.
There we go. That looks better.
you? Look at that. We are putting the top bookends together to that is Sycamore there, and we are getting that set into the clamps to dry.
That's the next thing to do then.
I already have one guitar. It is made all of Sycamore and is a double O. And I still wanted something small but not the same size. I didn't want the exact same woods. So as I began to look and see what was available, I like the style of these two guitars here. When I played them, I liked the way number 137 sounded better. So I decided to use the same woods and the same style as that. Now that I have my Sycamore top picked out and red elm back and sides, I'm ready to start bending.
I did it for you.
I was gonna say you stole my job. I think I could
I
have.
was doing it because looking at the time.
You're trying to hurry us along, huh?
Yeah.
I'll help you hurry it along a little.
Oh no, I put that on wrong.
What?
These have to be
Yeah.
there, and I flipped it around.
So much for trying to
I've
go
done it
fast.
before. I have done this before.
Are you sure about it?
That's what happens when you get in too much of a hurry. You make mistakes. But we did get it turned around and eventually got it bent before I had to go home. It's amazing what you can get done on the first day of a new guitar and watching it really take shape. Of course, Peggy wants to help us. And there it is.
Peggy is the new shop puppy. We have a lot of fun with her. And this is my son. He is working on his second ukulele with his pawpaw. And he's coming right along. It's looking beautiful. I'm proud of him.
A lot happens in the shop, much of it behind the scenes and much slower than these time-lapse videos.
but here's some idea of what's happening. Sanding down the back. Spent a lot of time on that sander that isn't recorded. Dad's working on milling a log. That's why the local woods are a bit harder than other woods we might just purchase, because Steve does mill them by hand himself. And then, of course, here you see we're getting the sides put back into the form, getting ready to glue those with the blocks.
Now are we in snare? That's close enough. Now let's see this square. How's that? There's a flex in it. You go like this, you feel it flex.
Getting ready to cut out the top. And by the end of today, we have the top, sides, and back all sanded down. Top and back glued, top cut out, back in the clamps, and the sides back in the molds with the blocks glued and clamped. Here we are sanding down the back and the front of the frame on different disc sanders to get the proper shape.
I was gonna say the block itself still has a bit of
Yeah, take it down till you get rid
That's
of
me.
that. Yeah.
and this end too.
Yeah.
I think we ought to speak like that every time we want to do our videos. More people would listen, don't you think?
Are you speaking English?
Yes, more English than American.
What'd you say?
I think we should talk like that. I think more people would listen, don't you?
Garrison is trying to add new strings to his first ukulele because he popped a string. So that's what he's doing there. And I am bracing and then beginning to add the kerfling to my guitar. There it is, all clamped up. It's another day in the shop. It's time to go ahead and take off all these clamps from gluing the kerfling on the inside of the sides of the guitar. And so I am doing that here. It's amazing what some clothespins can do. Once all the clamps are off, I'm checking for any sharp edges or extra glue that I didn't get cleaned off, those types of things. And then I'm going to sand those smooth. Just go ahead and sand all the kerflings. If you plan to build a guitar, I hope you like to sand, because that is one of the most time-consuming parts we do. Several of you have noticed and commented on the unusual tools and jigs in Steve's shop. And yes, he is not just a luthier, he is an inventor and creates these jigs to do their specific jobs. This sander, for example, has the ability to change the disc out so that the top and the back of the guitar can be sanded to the proper dimensions. And here we have my guitar with the kerfling installed and the sides sanded to their proper height. Today we are making the braces for the back, and so there's quite a bit of sanding to do with this. It has to fit into the same curvature that we want for the back. Here I am trying to make sure there is no daylight between the brace and what will be the back of the guitar.
It could still use more sand. After you do that,
Dad comes over and says, "Oh, needs a bit more sanding." And then when you're done, come over here and do this. So that's what I did. And we sand the ends down and the shape it to fit. So it's going to change from this to what you see in the background there. The ends are sanded down and the sides are shaped up to a point, slightly rounded at the top. And that's what we're getting ready to do, is glue those to the back. Thanks for joining us for episode number 1 of Building a Guitar with My Dad. We'd love to see you at showalterguitars.com.